Well, this verdict today by the French appeals court was more or less expected, and this is the verdict that Félicien Kabuga has made it clear that he is going to contest, probably by going now to the Cour de Cassation, which is France's highest ruling body, which can break a verdict by finding fault in the way the original verdict was drawn out, not in the outcome. That is what his lawyers say they are going to do, because he has made it clear that he does not want to be sent to Arusha to face trial there in what is now called the mechanism, which is the replacement for the International Criminal Court for war crimes in Rwanda. He wants to be tried in France. His lawyers say he's an elderly gentleman. He's thought to be between the age of 84 and 87, is in poor health and is not fit to travel to Arusha. Of course, Rwandans would like him to be tried there, and even in Rwanda itself, for these war crimes and crimes against humanity and genocide accusations that are leveled against him. For the moment, though, it's up to the Cour de Cassation in France to make that final verdict. Now, if it rules in favor of him being extradited to Arusha, he will probably go either in July or in September, and then we will probably have to wait for another year at least before that trial can get underway.
And just remind us, Philip, why Kabuga is such a key figure in the Rwandan genocide. What's he accused of exactly?
Well, Félicien Kabuga came from a fairly modest family in northern Rwanda. He made a fortune out of producing tea on tea plantations, and then built his own property empire, and was responsible for the first commercial shopping center in Kigali. But he also financed Hutu extremist groups, notably the radio station Radio Mille Collines, which was responsible for calling for the murder of Tutsis in Rwanda during the Rwandan genocide in 1994, and also for bringing into the country vast amounts of machetes which were bought from China and imported into Rwanda through Kenya. He was also responsible for paying for those. So he is seen as one of the key leaders of the Rwandan genocide in 1994. Reminder, the United Nations say 800,000 people died in that Rwandan genocide. He fled the country in June 1994, and then his whereabouts since then have been virtually unknown, apart from one sighting in Germany in 2007. Now, German police almost managed to catch him then, but he managed to escape. But what they did get was a DNA sample, which they kept, and then tried to detect where Félicien Kabuga was then living. But his trace was all but lost until earlier this year, after a new inquiry took a look at some of the phone records of his children and noticed they were coming in and out of France on a fairly regular basis. And now a national from the Democratic Republic of Congo is known to have gone into a hospital in eastern Paris and gone in for problems with his intestine. He was suspected of being Félicien Kabuga. The police did a DNA test from evidence at the hospital and found that matched the DNA that was found in Germany in 2007, and that is why he was arrested earlier in the month of May. Now, he was a DRC national, because he was given a DRC passport after he fled the Rwandan genocide.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for that analysis. Our International Affairs Editor, Philip Turle, thank you.